One man desired to make a name for himself by granting humanity the gift of immortality by uploading their consciousnesses to mechanical bodies. He called these robots exos, but this was far more easily said than done. Thousands of desperate attempts to perfect his invention left one of Jupiter's moons littered with dead exos. But the end of one of these exos stories changed completely at the sound of just 3 words.
Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian. It worked. You're alive. You don't know how long I've been looking for you. I'm a ghost. Actually, now I'm your ghost. And you? Well, you've been dead a long time. So you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand. I'm picking up a distress signal. Someone's in trouble.
No, wait. Where is the signal coming from?
Here. Your robot.
When starting a new character in Destiny 2, players are introduced in the Cosmodrome, where they are forced to pick up a kinetic, energy, and power weapon. This part of the game cannot be skipped. Believe me, I tried. And you must pick up the weapons. Again, I tried. But once you meet Shahan, you're free to go. In an attempt to circumvent this mandatory beginning, I set down some ground rules. I'm not allowed to use any weapons until I pick them up during the campaign. I'm not allowed to use a sparrow unless I pick one up. And I'm not allowed to fast travel unless I pick up a ship. What this also means is that I can only use supers, abilities, or subclasses that I pick up during the campaign. Because I didn't have any weapons I could use, I started right off with pummeling House Salvation. I demolished the first squad I encountered, but when I started getting swarmed by marauders and servitors, things got spicy. I was relieved to get some armor when I did, and finished the wave off with a super. After locating the source of the distress call, House Salvation decided they needed to send a brig after me. With no weapons yet, and nothing to lose, I scurried around and frantically beat the brig to a pulp. Now that I had saved him, Barracks asked me if I would go investigate exactly what this new Elixni house was up to. Now, because I didn't have a sparrow, that meant I needed to walk there. Lots of walking. Upon my arrival, the first enemies that I ended up encountering were a room full of exploder shanks, which I generally like to approach at a range greater than my fist. Only a couple of rooms later did I finally get my first weapon drop, which would have been very nice for dealing with that room full of exploders. After watching Aramis make an example of a helpless servitor, I was chased out by a stasis-wielding Elixni. Now, usually I'm not too worried about this bit, but without a proper set of armor, I couldn't wait to boogie on out of there. Upon my safe arrival back at the hideout, Varric so kindly gifted me my first actual weapon, which turned out to be a lot better than I thought. This was about the time that the Exo-Stranger decided to show up and tell me that I needed to try out this darkness power for myself, which meant a lot more walking. House Salvation continued to throw bigger baddies at me who did little to stop me and the Blueberry who came to help. While making my way through the next layers of Phylax's defenses, I narrowly avoided getting flash mobbed by more exploder ships.
Prepared for it now. It's called panic.
Having finally reached my destination, I picked up the strange new power my ghost was inexplicably worried about, and gave the general a bad case of freezer burn.
Maybe got a helmet.
Then something beautiful happened. Let's find out. Relieved from the labor of walking everywhere, I cruised up to Varix on my new ride. I figured while I was at it, more armor wasn't a bad thing.
He is the visionary mind behind Aramis's
And once I had tracked down this Elixni engineer, I gave him a taste of his own
I thought
medicine.
something had shot me for a second there. I was afraid.
Some beefy baldy felt the need to express his distaste for what I was doing,
Oh,
and this is where I ran into a major problem.
right.
The campaign took me back to Earth, but my guardian hadn't found a ship yet.
Earth.
One potential workaround was to wait at Sharon's Crossing and try joining a Blueberry's fire train to hitch a ride.
Okay.
I would then need to wait for someone leaving Earth to go back to the strike on Europa. The likelihood of all of this working out just right was very slim. I wasn't sure I would even be able to get off of Europa, so unfortunately, I just had to fast travel myself. All in all, my time on Earth was very short, and we made quick work of the strike.
There goes the big one.
Once again, I dipped my feet into the frigid powers of stasis. I took a moment to release a ship of some friendly aliens before going after the head honcho herself. I decimated her forces with my electrified fists. And shotgun. After playing Destiny for a little while, a lot of the dialogue feels the same. So in this scene, when Aramis and Varix are arguing, I was splendidly surprised by the emotion in Varix's voice.
For a second chance. For the right thing. That is strength, not weakness. Oh, Alex, you only came here to hide. Like a coward. No! Releasing Vex put Elixir lives in danger. Many have already perished. Aramis, you are the real coward.
Having left nothing standing, I sauntered up to the Ice Queen herself. Call it superior firepower? My incredible might? Or some bad engineering that ended up backfiring? And Europa had a new, hyper-realistic ice sculpture. That, the Guardian fully mastered Stasis on his very first day. This challenge was a blast. The hardest part was simply making progress until I got some actual weapons, and it was actually pretty hilarious just trying to punch everything. Obviously, Beyond Light wasn't designed for introducing new players, but it can certainly be done. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and remember, have fun.